In this video, I show you how to compress the video file size before you send it to the make.com publishing platform. Because on make.com, as I mentioned, in setup step number 4 has a maximum file size limit on the free account of 5 megabyte. So if you don't want to pay for make.com using the publishing process, you need to compress your video file before you send it to make.com, so it's less than 5 megabyte. And that's why I've added this part here, which is a small process that turns the video file into a smaller file size without changing anything about it, and even the quality looks the same. So to integrate this into your workflow, what you need to do is you need to first move this a little bit down. Then we need to unlink this part here. So let's zoom in right before this Google Sheet. So we need to unlink this part, and then we need to drag this down here, because this is going to be where we set up this workflow. So what the first thing you need, and I'm just gonna build this out here, we need an HTTP request node. And before you continue, you need to actually sign up to a free account on Cloud Convert. And then once you have done this, you can go to your dashboard, and then we need to continue. So below this video, I think I've already put it in here. We have the link, and here what we need first is this URL, because that goes into that. So here we need to say post. This goes into here, and then we have the parameters we need for our header. So this is just you activate send headers, and there we put in this copy and paste that. Now there will go your API key, which I show you how to get. And then we have content type. So we add another parameter, content type, and this is application in JSON. And now you go to your dashboard here. You go to authorization, API keys, and there you click on create a new key. And once you do this, you just copy that key and paste this into here. And now let's rename this to compress video. And now let's go back. And now what we actually want to do is we want to go in there and we want to trigger the workflow once, so we have an actual video file where we can test our compression workflow. So let's click save, double click on that, click on test step, and then we need to go to our chatbot, our bot in Telegram. We need to send a video TikTok link, so the process is actually starting, and then we just need to wait. Now in the meantime, we can continue with a few more modules. One, we want a wait node because it can take up to 20 seconds until the video is compressed. So let's add 20 seconds here. Then we can already set up the other module we need for Cloud Convert to get the URL of the compressed video file. So let's open that. Now here we need to switch this to get, and then we need to go here, and here I need this URL to paste instead here. Switch this to expressions. Now we need to wait until we can match this properly so it turns green. Now everything below will stay the same. Like below you have the API key already in there, good. So let's rename this to, and then we also want to add another Cloudinary. We need to upload the file, because the Cloud Convert URL to the video is only like can expire in a few hours, so it's not a permanent URL. That's why we need to add this. But here this is really simple to do. The only thing we need to change here is change image to video upload, and then here we need to change this to form data, and then here we need to map the URL we get from Cloud Convert. So we will do this once the video generation is finished. This is upload video. Let's click save and wait until it's finished. Now while this is running, I just noticed we need to add something else. This is below this video, which is this JSON code, and we need to add this in compress video. So scroll to the bottom, activate send body, select using JSON, and then here you paste this here. And now let's just wait until it's done. Click save. Let's go into our compressed video node. And now scroll to the bottom. Now here we get an arrow that this is not valid JSON. Now I just clicked on test step again and now it worked. So good, the code is correct. Now it's waiting, so it needs to wait for like 20 seconds. Now let's go here, click test step here. Wait for 20 seconds. Now let's check it out. And now we need to go to that and upload the video. So here we need to set the URL. So from the get URL path, this is this one. And then click on test step. Now it was finished. Let's see. This is the URL. Now I actually want to see, okay, how large is the file size. Let's save it. Then I see it's 4 MB, that's below 5 MB. So the process has worked. Now I will just connect these nodes here again. Make sure the fields are mapped to the proper URL of the video. So here you see there's now an arrow. Now we need to select it from the upload video because that's now the Cloudinary link. Click on test step. And then this works now. Telegram is already the correct link. Good. And I assume this as well. So let's click on test. And yes, I get the right video. And that should be it. So the final thing would be to check this here. And then check if it's the correct video link. Yeah. Good. Now from here on, everything stays the same. The publishing process stays the same because the only thing that's changed is the link. And you don't need to change anything else. Just click save. And now you have your compression sequence here, which makes sure the video is below 5 megabytes. Now, if you have longer videos, you might need to adjust the compression settings here. So here, the video bit rate would need to be like lower, and then the file size gets also lower. So I would, if you need to reduce the file size even more, then I would just copy this code, put it into ChatGPT and ask you to help you or into Claude to adjust the code.